Hello. Well, look what I have. This hot pink pillow. You know, it's my 80th birthday coming up, and I'm beginning to like this. It seems that 80 is more important than 79. I think I'm going to make a haul. Goodness sake. And this is what I got from my sister Ann today in Utah. This hot pink just fits my personality, of course. She knows that. But best of all, well, I got one book from her. My sister Ann is an English teacher. So she sent me a Pulitzer Prize book called Interpreter of Melodies by Humpa Lahiri. Stories by, you know, it looks like an Indian. I don't know him, but that's my sister Ann's first book. But this one is really special. This is called Let's Drive, and it's her own book. It's road trips, history, and stories around and through the Grand Staircase-Escalante Monument. That's up in Boulder, Utah, all around where I'm from. And this right here in the front is my sister Ann when she was a girl. Well, this has a lot of, she just got it to me today. This is the first time I've read it. I've looked through it, read quite a bit of it. And it's the first, and I had told her that she should be writing her memoirs, you know, about, you know, punching cattle with my dad, because she and my sister Linda became his cowgirl.
Could I punch you a little
punchers? Yeah. And so here he is representing the spirit of my dad. I told him to wear this, but my sister Ann had recalled a lot of stories about going places with him in this book. So it's really a treasure, and it's being sold at the Boulder Heritage Foundation. They're having their big festival, their music festival, today, starting today. Well, no, this would be the second day. They had the dance last night out on bail. I hope my grandson was dancing there, and Ann's grandkids.
What did you just say? Out on bail?
Well, yes, my son. You know, he's in
jail again.
Well, he's quite an outlaw. You
well,
know,
that SOB. Who the hell is he?
He is the grandson.
I'm supposed to be Growler.
My dad, yes, Growler. Yeah. And Ann's got some choice stories. I don't know how she managed to get him in there. All around the staircase.
I told that SOB, don't put those in there. I'll tell you, I'll come back and haunt you. I'll do it. I'm haunting her right now, and she thinks I'm a real person.
Yeah. Right. Well, and my dad would guide her, tell her, you know, like the Death Holler Trail, or she walked over the Death Holler Trail several times. My sister is a hiker. She's the only person I know of that could work all day long and then hike 2 miles down into the Upper Calf Creek Falls and swim all the time. And then walk back out after she was, that would have killed me, you know, because I was an early complainer.
I think we know
I was an early complainer with
nobody except you and me are going to ever see.
And do you think that I'm envious of my sister for having this book?
You bet we do. Oh, boy.
Because you know, my issues with my dad were very different than hers. Mine were a lot more serious, a lot worse, you know, because I was the oldest.
Are you starting to make derogatory comments about me?
He was really an outlaw when
I'm gonna have your
my mother
slapped the crap out of you.
They had kind of knocked the rough edges off from him by the time but Ann really has some stories to tell about cow punching with him.
Nobody can hear, but you're talking.
So, okay, well, sorry, but anyway, I know this book is going to be a hit. And because my sister has a different view of my dad.
Is it going to be a hit or a miss?
Every one of the sisters knew a different dad than I did. And so we all have our stories to tell.
Well, now wait a minute.
And
I happen to know, I was married to a woman who had 4 kids by 3 different men, so I mean, there you go. I mean,
oh, well, they were. But we were, it was very obvious we were his children, but we all saw him a little bit different.
Well, of
and
course, everybody
had different
does.
Experiences
Everybody
with
does.
him. So, I am very proud of my sister for writing this book, and I'm pleasantly surprised because it's got so many stories in it that are really interesting to me. She's got some poetry by different people and her own poems in here, and my sister Linda's. And she's got pictures painted by my sister Lorraine. In fact, this is just really a choice collection, and it's got a lot of photographs, a lot of great photographs just like this one of the country, and some of them are colored, some of them are black and white, so you're really going to get a bargain when you get this book, and you'll have something to read for quite a while, because I'm going to have to go back and study it. So thanks a lot, Sister Ann. What do you think about my birthday? My gosh. And I tried to figure out how much she paid to send this pillow clear to me, but I couldn't tell. My God, Ann, you must have, oh, what a birthday already. So I'm thinking about that festival up there and everybody dancing to Out on Bail. And then tomorrow night they're going to be listening
Where did I go wrong, folks? I mean, seriously, what happened to me? I used to be a human being. I moved into this place called Westward Ho. I knew there was something wrong with that title right there. Westward.
Now he's had to
I thought I was moving in with some gal. It was a hoe. I didn't know. But what do I get here? I get this, right?
Yeah. And he has to play my dad in numerous stories and plays about him, because he was such a character that he kind of imprinted himself on our minds. We had a tough time even surviving him.
Well, I think we talked earlier today. I said I think back in my family, your family had some kind of a disease that you have to write about. That.
Yes.
What the hell?
Oh yeah. Well, my mother wrote 3 histories. She wrote one about my dad. It had quite a lot of lies in it, but that's the trouble, when you cover up and people know. Well, she didn't tell that story right.
Yeah, that ain't the way I heard it, honey. That ain't the way I was there.
Well, it's hard. It's hard.
That's not the way it happened.
It's hard to confess your sins in your memoirs. That's why, I thought, well, I'm going to be a writer, so I'm going to try not to sin, so I won't have to confess. And my sisters still say I did sin a lot, but in their opinion, and probably,
Every time you come down to my apartment, I know there's sin coming through the door.
Oh, God! Oh, no, I can't hit you with my sister's new book. I'll use this one over here.
Yeah, use that one. That's smaller, probably won't hurt that bad.
Well, I know a lot of people who have, whitewash. You call it whitewashing. You just sort of make yourself appear to be more...
To the best of my recollection, that's what happened. Would you swear to that? That's the best of my recollection. When we have 1,400 people that say that's not what happened. Well, to the best of my recollection, that's what happened. So that's it, Can I go free now?
Well, now the Mormon religion, they encourage people to write their memoirs. But even though they're a religion, they tend to encourage them to whitewash it a little bit.
Everybody accepts
not actually portray Mormons as they really are. I mean, just sort of. So.
Well,
weren't you taught in your religion to kind of whitewash?
No.
Not really confess. You didn't have confession And
well,
we didn't
that's
have
the other
confession
religion
either.
that we did not like.
I can see
the
why
Catholics go on
they
to a little
finally
bit
got confession, because people were lying so much that they said, we've got to do something about all these stories that they're telling about their lives.
Here's one of my favorite confessional stories. The kid comes in confession and said, Father, I've sinned and I have stolen a lot of lumber, and so I have to confess that I did it. And the priest says, well, son, it's not that bad. I tell you what you do. Say about 5 Hail Marys and then build a Nirvana or whatever they call it. He says, hey, no problem, Father. I got the lumber for it.
I stole the lumber. Yeah, well, we do have a lot of memorials.
We didn't confess that kind of stuff.
And all us sisters are writing our memoirs. And we've had a lot of big arguments about them. We have accused each other. I wasn't that bad. You got me doing this, you know. I've been scared to read some of those memoirs of how they had me acting. Of course, I never acted like that. I mean, I know. And my sister Linda...
If there's a lightning bolt comes down here, I hope it don't hit me, because if it does, it'd fry her. Don't hit me. I'm getting further away from this stuff.
My sister Linda's busy down in San Francisco writing her memoirs, and we're all pretty scared about reading that, because it was a time of insanity in all our lives. And
when does it stop? That's what I said, there's a disease in your family. We don't know what the hell it is, but it's scary. I know that.
Oh, when somebody has a nervous breakdown, you know, everybody argues about who's crazy and who's saying who crazy and who.
They got a chalkboard up there, you know, like, let's see. When was the first time you've been two X's here, one over there, 2 X's down here? Well, you got more X's on the crazy part than the rest of us.
And yeah, that's right.
Day's not over. You got another X on that crazy part there.
My dad knows he was to blame for my going crazy. It really was. Yes, you were, Dad.
You were already crazy when you were born.
When I see that man on the other side, I'll say, "You're the one."
Well, you should have told me about. You should have told me about that cornfield thing. I'd have killed it someday.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the one. He was the one. That,
5 years old.
I tried to tell him. Nice. I tried to tell him, Daddy, this is how you drove me crazy. And he'd start screaming and shouting and hollering, and wouldn't even let me tell him. So see, when you've got some sisters that have been driven to the nut house,
I can smack you alongside the head.
You're going to have a lot of arguments about memoirs. I can tell you that.
I don't have any memoirs.
My sister Margie failed to get her memoirs done.
The people I lived with
So now all the material
has
been turned over to her children to do. I don't know if that was wise. I think my kids would whitewash mine so bad that I'm just going to stay alive and see that it is told, whether my kids like it or not. I'm going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me as I see it.
The best of your recollection.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to put your hand on this right here? Yes.
But anyway, I want to finish this video. I'm going to put it up so we can celebrate it, and she'll see it in Utah because she's staying home tending her husband who just had his leg cut off. You know, she can't leave him because he can't get out of bed without help.
You always kept saying he's losing it. And
he just about lost it. He came with, and now finally he did lose it. And my sister Ann has had to stay by his side so she can help him get out of bed. I mean, stop and think. If you one leg, how are you going to get out of bed? So she has to help him and get him in the help him get in a wheelchair and whatever. But I know within a month he's going to have a prosthesis.
What about the guy who used to live here he didn't have anything basically up here, and he's always in the wheelchair. How did he get out of the wheelchair?
I had no idea.
I do.
Well, they do. I think they learned how to, hop around on their hands. They use their hands for feet after they've hadn't had any feet for a while. But you don't expect that a week after they've had their leg cut off. So my sister Ann can't even go to the festival so that she can be congratulated for this book. She's staying home tending her husband. I don't think she's going to get there. So I want to get this book out there so she can know that I'm a big fan already. I think this is a great book, and I think it's the Boulder Heritage Foundation can be proud of publishing it, sponsoring it, encouraging my sister to write it. Because she, above all, she has been doing a lot of hikes, and she knows an awful lot about that country up there. She is a hiker. She's always taking everybody on hikes to some Slot Canyon, Coyote Canyon, Dev Holler Trail. You gotta be careful getting around her. She might take you out on a hike to someplace you didn't really want to go.
I've been taken for a ride many times.
I had chronic fatigue, so
I have been taken for a ride from more women than I
But thank goodness she didn't
have
have it, so she has written a great travel. You want to go driving in Garfield County after you've read this. So, bye-bye, and thank you, my sister Ann, for a lovely post-birthday present. I hope yours is as good as hers. Hey, I think he's already given me one.
I believe you're SOL on that, aren't you?
Yeah. Bye.